Hey guys, just a reminder before we start the videos to like and subscribe so we can keep providing these great videos for you.
Roberto, I don't know nothing about the Mexican slot car scene.
Really?
Nothing. I know there is a couple clubs in Mexico City,
Yes.
and I know that you guys buy some of your slot cars from Europe and some from the United States.
Yes.
But and I know that the Scalextrics, especially the Spanish Scalextrics, was very popular in the 70s.
Yes.
And there was a brand, right? There's a Exin.
Exin Mexico. That
Okay.
was like a filial from Spain, but
Okay.
there was in Mexico.
But it was
in
manufactured in Mexico, or
it was manufactured in Mexico.
okay,
It
but
was
based on the Spanish slot
exactly
cars, right?
based on Spanish slot cars. But before that, there were like some brands from USA, like but in the 1/64 scale.
Okay, like Aurora. And stuff like
Aurora,
that. Okay.
exactly, and that before, like in the
HO.
60s, HO in the 60s, like there was a popular, but then like in the 70s, around 70s, Exin Mexico produced some Scalextric trucks.
Oh, tracks too. So you have the same sets as the Spanish had, like the set 13, set 14.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But they
But-
were like quite expensive, so it was not for everyone.
Yeah,
So it was
li-
like
li-
a very like
Elite.
luxurious elite.
Yeah, like
to
in
play.
Brazil, there is one kid in the building that has one. And
Yes.
everybody goes there to beat out of the crap those cars, and that's it. But so you're getting Scalextric sets
Yes.
as a Scalextrics. It's the brand name Exin Scalextric, or
Exin
just
Scalextric.
Oh, okay. And the cars were the same.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not really
Okay.
sure, but I think. But nowadays, Mexican cars, Exin, manufactured in Mexico, they are very popular even in Europe. In Spain,
Okay.
the same car produced by Mexico is expensive.
sold-
It's
sold
more
in-
expensive. It's
Oh,
more
it's more
expensive.
expensive.
There is a very like elite group of people that collect.
But are they making new cars, or are they making old cars like vintage stuff?
No, now it's no more.
No. Okay.
Now it's no more. Exin disappeared.
Okay, so you're telling me that collector's value of an Exin car is more than the original Scalextrics in
Exactly.
Spain. Yeah, we call here the Scalextrics in Spain SCX
Yes,
because the Scalextrics originally
They-
is Hornby from the UK, and then in the 70s on the 60s actually, I learned that from Luis Arnau.
Mm-hmm.
On the 60s, his father was selling Scalextrics cars in Spain,
Okay.
and then he started to manufacture it, and then they have to kind of break up with Scalextric, so they start to call themselves, of course, for the first years it's Scalextric, and then they have to change to SCX, and then that's for the rest of the world, because in Spain they still call it Scalextric, and
Yeah.
then Scalextric UK needs to be called Super Slot.
Super Slot. Yeah, of course. The Spain is red brand and Super Slot blue brand.
Blue brand, yes.
we know
And
the same.
do you guys have Scalextrics in Mexico or Super Slot
Well, since we buy it from
America?
America, it's
Yeah.
Scalextric.
It's Scalextrics.
It's
Okay.
Scalextrics.
And you guys buy straight from Hornby in America?
Well, I guess so, because really there is not a lot of sale in
Sales,
the in there. There are not like 20 years ago, in the 80s, more than 20 years
Yeah.
ago in the 80s, they were popular
Mm-hmm.
in some like big stores,
Okay.
like more or less like Macy's, but in
Yeah,
Mexico
yeah.
is Palacio de Hierro, Liverpool.
Okay, Liverpool.
Liverpool,
Okay.
yeah, Liverpool. You could buy the Scalextric, but from Spain,
Okay.
the red one, and then
The
and
red
then-
one. That's a very simple way to do it.
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
red one or the blue
the red
one?
one
yeah.
or the blue one, and then in some specific point of sales,
Uh-huh.
like trains where you can find trains and models.
Yes. Hobby centers. and
Hobby
shops,
centers, you know, as hobby shops. There you can find some cars, but there was a revival like after Exin
Yes.
from Ninco also.
Yes. Well, in
Ninco
the
also. came.
early 90s, like mid 90s, you start to have like Ninco and Scalextric Spain was took over by Technitroys. They brought a lot of new products. I believe that you guys suffer that
Yes.
tsunami of new products too.
Exactly. And there was like these clubs, the particular clubs, and some of them, like the one that was founded by, there's a person really important for slot in Mexico, is called Gustavo del Campo. Gustavo del Campo, he used to work, and nowadays he still works in like races, in real races, like stuff, technical stuff and that. And he make this club in Satélite, Mexico City, and it's a place called Satélite.
Okay.
And he was one of the
founders
that he brings. He brought some stuff with like Ninco.
Okay, he was
and
the importer of those kinds of stuff.
and also Slotted, NSR, and they became like to put more seriously.
Okay. When Slotted and NSR kicked in, the race started to be serious.
Exactly.
Even because when we were racing Ninkos and other brands, they trying to replace the parts with slotted. What is slotted and NSR were making? So, yeah. So that's the way. And Gustavo, you say?
Yes, I have here exactly this. There was here. This is a document that prepared me. For me, like one of my
colleagues
is called Marco Santillán. He is also the founder of another slot track.
Okay.
And
how many slot car tracks do you have around Mexico City today?
Right now, I can do. I have the exact
number.
Number. In Mexico City, principally, there are 3 of them.
Okay. And those are just hobby shops or just clubs that you can.
Clubs.
Or need to call someone to get in. It's not like open to the public.
Exactly. Okay. It's not open to the public. There are 2 that are open to the public. One is an HO scale that is in San Jerónimo.
Okay.
And the other is in a commercial center, Santa Fe.
Okay.
Then the track is at the open. Well, the open inside, right?
Yeah.
but
it's raining right now.
Exactly. And Marco Santillán, my friend, he put 2 years ago in near Azcapotzalco. There's another part in Mexico City.
Okay.
He put in front of a cinema this track, but since then he closed that, because of COVID.
Yeah.
But I met him right in the COVID. As a matter of fact, I became like a really fan of slot cars. Well, I became because I remember when I was a kid, one of the best hobbies of the best toys I found. Juguetes. You know, in Mexico, it's more popular. Well, not Santa Claus. It's Los Reyes Magos. Three kings.
So you're telling me that Santa Claus is not popular in Mexico? That's new. We can make it the whole episode about that. Forget about slot cars.
Not so popular. In the north of the country, like Monterrey, in the north, it's popular.
Okay.
The south, center, and the south.
What's the name of Santa Claus now?
Santa Claus?
No, the new one.
Three kings, the 3 magic kings. The 3 magic kings, they're popular, man. Okay. So, for example, in Mexico,
Los tres
Reyes Magos, Melchor, Gaspar, Baltasar.
¿Sabes el nombre?
Of course. Okay. Well, they brought me toys. So I lent him also cookies and everything.
Which one of the 3 like slot cars more?
That's a good question.
That's a good question, right?
Melchor.
So hold on. Let's come back to the Santa Claus stuff. So you guys from the middle of the country to the south, nobody cares about Santa Claus.
Yes, they care, but it's like more like for fancy or for more for not for the 50% of the population. But if you have resources.
Okay.
If you have resources,
you have Santa Claus.
You have Santa Claus and three Reyes Magos.
Okay, both of them.
Both of them.
Like the Reyes Magos is just assistants of Santa Claus.
Exactly. But if you have to choose, like you
what about advertising? They don't use Santa Claus?
Yeah, we know Santa Claus. Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah, the old
but
guy.
For example, in my case, when I ask my parents, I'm Santa Claus. No, Santa Claus is very busy in the United States and other stuff.
Santa Claus is son of a bitch. He can't come.
Well,
he doesn't come to here.
I never realized when I was a kid, but when another...
Do we have a chimney? No, we don't. So, no Santa Claus.
That was. So when I asked another person, in other school, and I met someone that he has Santa Claus in his house, I said,
what?
And I didn't, but I
Yeah.
don't understand. But well, okay.
Wasn't that hard to
But
find?
now, for example, my girl, I have a daughter. She's 11 years old. She has Santa Claus and she has
Okay. Yeah,
Reyes
okay,
Magos,
okay.
so why not? But for example, if you have Santa Claus in Mexico, normally Santa Claus doesn't bring toys. Santa
Okay.
Claus brings clothes. So it's not really appreciated because he
Okay, so
brings
toys are not like.
No, it's not.
So you don't have all the shit show that we have here saying, oh, the Santa Claus has elves and they're fabricating toys in North Pole.
we know that because we watch movies, we watch.
Do people send letters? Do the kids send letters to Santa Claus?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. But
He never replies. Son of a bitch.
But more exactly. No, he replies. He's more popular in some sectors.
Okay.
But in the popular sector, I don't know, the vast amount of people is more Tres Reyes
magos.
Tres Reyes Magos, Santa Claus,
Magos.
just for magos, magicians,
Magicians, not magos.
magos, Melchor, Gaspar, Baltasar.
Gaspar.
Okay,
Let's come back to slot cars.
Baltasar rides an elephant, Melchor rides a horse, and Gaspar
rides a slot car. Could be a good idea, right?
But
There we
it
go.
Could be a good idea.
Let's
The
save
other
slot cars in
rides
Mexico.
A camel. So maybe we can make like
A track
track,
around the camel, like a
exactly.
figure eight around the
eight,
two.
and go to Belen and whatever, and that's it. Yeah, see which is faster.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh my god. So let's come back to slot cars.
Okay.
So you start as a kid. There's one rich kid with a slot car set, and you fall in love about that, right? That's the story. Because did you have a slot car set when you were a kid?
That's what was telling you.
You
When
see,
I was
hold on a second. You see, it was an interruption, but I came back to it. So okay, let's go.
here's the man, eh? Here's the man.
No, people
Handsome.
complain. People complain that I interrupt, but I always come back.
Handsome, he's cooler. He says to me, he is like taller.
Taller, yeah, well, taller,
So-
definitely.
But I'm the sexiest one.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's bring the sexy back with the slot cars.
Okay, when I was a kid, like around 8 years, more like that, there was a brand called Lili Ledy that they produce this.
How do you say that?
Lili Ledy.
Is in español también es lo mismo?
Lili Ledy.
Okay, Lili.
Lili Ledy,
What a
parenthesis. It's a real
Horrible name.
horrible name.
Mama, me da una Lili.
Lili Ledy. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a very, very big manufacturer of toys in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
They also they are really famous
Okay.
because they produce the Star Wars figures in Mexico.
Okay.
And now Lili Ledy figures are more expensive, more
Star Wars, Gaspar, Gabriel, and no, just
Star Wars.
I know.
They produce a line, and that line of toys from Star Wars, they are really, really appreciated by collectors.
Sure.
They are even more valuable than the ones made in Hong Kong. So they produce these sets in HO scale, and I was the luckiest because Tres Reyes Magos, they brought one of my favorite gifts ever.
Okay.
Was this truck. It's called Daytona. I don't remember exactly, but it was a Porsche, a red Porsche, and a white Porsche. They have lights, and for me it was like wow, and it was really, really awesome because I used to play with my father, so it was double the fun.
Okay.
Because we play and we race and I win. That's it. And also it has like the lights and also the barriers the that comes for the curbs.
Yeah.
They like were like self-illuminating when
nice.
when you shoot down the lights.
The lights.
They phosphorescence. I don't know if it says
phosphorescence,
phosphorescence. And it was really, really ridiculous. So I play like for 3 years and it died.
Like, bit off. How old are you?
How like 8 years ago?
Okay,
8 years
that's a
old.
good age to
More
start.
like it was. But the Scalectric, I was not the owner of Scalectric because Scalectric was more expensive.
Sure.
So I just watched it like in the
Far away.
Far away.
Yeah, just like me. Yeah.
But then, like 3 years ago in pandemic, I found in Amazon this HO James Bond truck from Scalectric,
The small one.
the small one from Blue Scalectric.
Okay.
Okay, super
Horby,
slot.
yeah.
Horby. So I found this, and I said, "Oh my God, I need to buy this one." I told my wife, "Okay, me look, it will remind me.
This is a major purchase.
This is a major purchase. Don't worry, it comes from USA, but don't worry." And I bought the set,
Yeah.
and
that's the small scale, right? The micro
Micro-Scalectric,
electrics, okay.
Micro-Scalectric, and it has a
The
James
DB5.
Bond from No Time to Die.
Okay.
When there was the movie No Time to Die. No, No Time to Die. The other one, Spectre.
Okay.
From
Well, I think we
Spectre.
have this here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the same in the same car, and it has the DB5
Aston Martin?
and the other the DB.
It's a Jaguar. Oh, the DB9.
The DB9,
the modern one.
the other one. They have both, and then I was like in the heaven because I play the same with my little daughter, and also with my father, and so we played a lot, but then one of the cars cracked down, so it was, oh my God.
So you need to find someone to fix it.
I need to find someone to
and then
fix
you
it.
open this Pandora box, and now you're here buying slot cars like crazy.
Exactly. Then I Googled it, and I found there was a track
Uh-huh.
like 15 minutes from my home. I met Marco Santillan, and
That was the one in front of the movie theater.
in front of the movie theater. It's called Slot Mexico.
Okay.
And that track was Ferreria's track, because that was the name of the
And that was a wood track or a plastic track?
that was a Ninco track,
Okay.
plastic track, Ninco track.
Okay, so you guys are very, like the scene of slot cars that you guys have is very similar to the Spanish one, I think, because of Exin, because of Scalextrics, because 1/32nd scale Ninco, you don't have much here in the United States.
Okay.
And they're much closer to you.
It's
And-
more popular
And
because
as far as you told me until now, I didn't hear any 124 scratch building metal chassis, this kind of stuff that we have here, like with Lexan bodies or
in 60s, popular the metal chassis,
Yeah,
they were
were
popular.
popular.
They were popular in the 60s.
and then kind of die in the 70s and 80s,
Exactly.
and then when you come back with the Spanish heritage, came
Exactly.
with like Nincos and Slotted.
The most popular is SCX, Scalextric, Red Scalextric. That's the most popular.
Okay.
Then Ninco,
Yeah, both Spanish.
both Spanish. And for example, you don't see like Carrera or Horby.
You don't see Carrera?
You don't see Carrera tracks.
There you go.
No, you can find Ninco and Scalextric tracks in the clubs, and now Polycar.
Polycar, yes.
That's the three.
Yeah, Polycar
And
comes
wood,
with slotted.
and also wood tracks.
So that track that you told him that is open to the public, the one in Mexico City, is
Yes.
that a wood track or is that a plastic track too?
A wood track.
A wood track, like a
wood track.
6-lane wood track, or do you remember how many
No.
lanes?
How many inches? I don't know. I really don't know. But I can manage to say.
But do you think it's a wood track made for 124 scale, like from the 60s, or it's a wood track like ours make for 132nd scale?
1/32.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does it have magnet braids?
Eight tracks, 8 lines.
Okay. Does it have magnet braids like ours? Like the car sticks to it or no?
Yes, for the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, but normally in the clubs we
Take the magnet off.
Take the magnet off. That's it.
So tell me about the club that you race.
Okay. Well, I race in. I race in a lot. Or in the 3
Major clubs.
Major clubs. I was like telling you which are the current tracks.
Okay.
So, Marcos track he closed down because of
COVID.
pandemia and COVID, and there was a brief moment where there was another club run by Gabriel Perez that was called Pista y Pisto. Pista y Pisto.
Okay. look
Pista
at-
is in English
Pista is track.
track.
Okay, and pisto.
Pisto is like drinking. Pistear, like verb of drinking.
Track and booze.
Track
and booze. That's it, track and booze. Okay.
It was
That's a good
concept.
marketing, yeah.
That was a good concept because he has the track and
the
bar.
beer. And the bar, and the bar, yeah.
and some milkshakes and also
Okay,
some.
that's a good one.
It was a good. But
Well, at least it's not track and strip.
No.
That could be good too.
I was telling my friends.
Around the pole, there's 2 girls on the donut.
That's a really idea. I told
Yeah.
you, listen to me, people. We can do that kind of business here.
Track and strip.
Track and strip.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yes,
track and booze is pretty good.
Yes.
Pista and pisto.
Pista and Pisto.
Okay.
That was great.
So-
And he
so
was for a brief period of moment, like Pista and Pisto, like 1 year.
And then the kids start to get drunk,
That was exactly. So he need
Los
to
niños
move.
estaban borrachos.
He need to move. So, but the good thing is that, well, in
So, but look, come back to Pista and Pisto.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so they have open, of course, it's just for adults. And then
Yes.
they have the track at night.
yes,
So just races and people drinking. Do you have like drunk people racing too, or they have a limit?
well,
Oh, they have.
you,
oh,
wa-
there's-
you
there's-
wanna know that's another
no,
story.
No, my question is deeper than that. Was it a track with a bar, or was it a bar with a track?
What it was a track with a restaurant.
With
Not
a
bar.
restaurant.
With a
Okay,
restaurant.
okay, I got it.
Yeah, restaurant.
I had
But
race in Argentina.
There are. Oh yes.
Yes, and they have they used to have a track below a bridge.
Okay.
They have a track and a pajilla, a barbecue place.
Barrick. Okay.
And we have to turn the car fast and start the race quickly because when you start to cook, we have the whole grease to the track, and even the floor was kind of imagine the track. So a nice restaurant might be a good thing then.
Yes, it was. It was like more like restaurant like McDonald's like styles.
Okay, so
hot
burgers
dogs,
and stuff,
burgers,
okay.
and also beer.
So it's kind of a bowling bar, bowling alley with the bar.
Oh yes, more like that.
So why did it close? Didn't went well?
I think it was because of pandemia. It was
Okay.
like no so good. But the good thing that was like Marco Santillán and Gabriel Perestagle, they joined forces, and now they open another club that is called Arrow Slot.
Okay.
It's really near the Autódromo Hermano Rodriguez, where we
Formula One?
Formula One is really
Hold on,
few blocks.
but that's a closed circuit. That's a street circuit, right? The Formula One circuit.
No.
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 What about the stadium part? Is it a permanent racing circuit now?
The stadium?
Yeah, because they closed a baseball stadium, right?
Yes.
To make bleachers.
Forosol. That's called Forosol. They make concerts, but the Autódromo is next to the one next the Autódromo. When there are concerts,
They close the
they
auto-
close the
autódromo,
other
the circuit, and then
the circuit. But the circuit is
I thought they closed those streets just at Formula
No.
One. Okay,
No,
so it's
no.
there. That's
Yes,
pretty nice.
yeah,
Do you go
that's
to the
pretty-
Formula One races?
no.
You go.
But-
He has a Red Bull Racing.
He-
Checo,
he-
oh
he
yeah, Checo Perez. Come on.
Checo Perez. No, my wife has gone because when normal now Formula One is really popular, but that increases the price.
Yes.
So it's very expensive. So I prefer.
I hate Drive to Survive.
I
too.
prefer to spend on slot cars and
Okay,
to
that's a good deal. That's a good deal.
so I can play.
Yeah,
like,
but
check-
the Mexico GP is pretty cool.
yes, pretty cool.
It's very it's
a really
amazing,
big
yeah.
event. Yeah, it's so real. So it's so big that when now today's president in the beginning of his mandatory, he told no, it's not that. It's like we are not going to accept Formula One.
Crazy.
Yes,
How many
and then
tourists do
he
you have?
returned. No, a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Like
A
in
lot
São
of
Paulo,
money.
São Paulo is not the president, but the mayor of São Paulo.
Okay.
Like every time there's some new mayor takes over, say, "Oh, we need to talk about the Formula One GP." When you see the numbers, it's just like
Exactly.
it's massive.
It's immense. It's very, really popular, and now a lot of people. Now, Formula One was like for really not a lot of people liked, but since Drive to Survive,
Yeah.
and now the GP, it became very popular. It became like trendy. So now it's really trendy to go to the Formula. There are a lot of people that doesn't know about, but they want the picture, and that's it.
Yes. Yeah, that's a discussion that I have with Carlos all the time. Like we're a little afraid that this popularity is just a shallow popularity. That people goes there just to take selfies and take pictures, and they don't care about the racing.
Yes.
So, but I hope some of those fans stick to it and they'll have like a bigger. Because if you see Formula One 10 years ago, they're kind of struggling. They're struggling a lot, and I think that the way that they bring into America, with the Miami GP, the Austin GP, the Las Vegas GP now, they're gonna grow because the market here is much bigger, and I see drivers going to late night shows and doing interviews, and Drive to Survive is growing fast. I don't like the show very much, but I hope the fans that all these movements they're doing actually bring
For example,
real fans.
for me, I didn't know. I was in the reverse order because I began to go to the slot club, And then people from the slot, there was really fans of Formula
Yeah.
One, and then I became more interested in Formula One,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I
yeah.
watched Right to Survive, and now the thing is, when there is a race day, normally the clubs put on TV the GP,
Yeah.
while we have
Racing slot cars.
racing slot cars, make some events, so it's very cool.
He's a hardcore fan. He has the Checo Perez.
Yes, he's
He
hardcore.
has been before. He's
Because
not.
he-
He's not Drive to Survive fan.
No,
No. But yeah, you guys have Checo in the top team today. So
yeah,
we have a little problem called Max Verstappen in front of you, but that's
What
at
to
least
say?
a couple wins.
what
At least
to
a couple
say?
wins.
What to say? Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But now it's more popular, and that's why we wanted to increase the number of slot fans, and to increase the number.
Yes, we can
of-
use. You can.
So we can be more popular.
do you guys have a Formula One class in your club?
Yes,
Okay.
We-
What kind of cars do you guys race?
we race in NCR
The 80s and 90s.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now the Policar,
Okay. The vintage ones or the modern ones?
the both of them,
Okay.
modern and vintage.
Yeah. Are you
And-
excited about the new release of NSR?
Yes, I think we should.
The new modern one.
The
Did
new
you
modern
hear
ones,
about
the
that?
new
Next
modern
month.
ones,
I have a
yes,
prototype here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show you.
Okay. Yeah. Of course. Thank you. Great. Well, nowadays, yesterday, well, Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
we are racing the Scaleauto F1.
Oh, the 124 scale. Oh no,
No.
the 132nd
The
scale.
1 second. Now
Yeah.
we are in the third.
You don't
the-
race those together with the NSR ones?
Yeah, we tried. We tried.
Doesn't help. Doesn't work. Which one is faster?
Yes. I think
Ah.
by a bit, NSR.
Okay.
But they are pretty. In the track, for example, in Arrow Slow track,
Yeah.
the NSR, they made like 8.2 seconds. Second laps.
And the NSR?
And the NSR.
Okay.
And the other Scalauto, 8.3, 8.4.
So it's very close.
It's very close.
Yeah, what we do here, we can race those cars together, but we choose one of the motors because I think the scale auto motor is a little bit punchy.
Okay.
So you need to install an NSR motor in scale auto car, and then you kind of can race if you want it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of.
Well, and as our experience says, like NSR are like more stable because they're a little more.
I cannot agree with you.
No.
No.
Why?
Not because of my opinion, it's because Ivan from Scale Auto is coming here next week. So
Oh,
if I
okay.
say something, no, NSR is faster. I don't know.
They're
They're
really
similar.
have I told you that they are really, really close, and
Really
now
close.
every week
Yeah.
they are turning better.
We don't
and
know which
now
one's gonna have.
I think that the last race 7.9
7.9. This is faster. It became faster.
faster. Yes, I can give you the the last news.
No, they're very similar. It's a very nice project. Actually, I think the project who started was Osterero long time ago. They did a couple of Formula One cars, like the skinny chassis with the inline long can chassis. That
Okay.
was the first one. Is from Osterero. We have a couple of those cars here. Though. They're beautiful. They used to have like McLarens when Lewis Hamilton were a McLaren, like the chrome painting. It's beautiful. And then NSR came up with that, which I believe was the biggest release of NSR in the
Okay.
history, the best-seller car. I was very close to that release. I kind of gave him a couple of suggestions, and he took over, like the Senna JPS, which is like an obvious suggestion, but the fact that they have the Senna helmet on it was kind of me pushing.
Great.
Next month they're releasing the Emerson Fittipaldi Copersucar, which is just like a tribute livery, because the Copersucar was completely different body. But that's a car that I have. 6 months ago, some Linneo Fernandez in Brazil, he made one for me, and I've been showing Andrea try to push that car. The very first one was the Leighton House. That was my favorite livery. And Andrew New one? What's it? Newey. Andy Newey was the project, the guy who makes the Red Bulls now. So that was another one of my suggestions. So I really like that class. That's actually the only class that I race because we have a club here called the Far Out Club. And every time that I have a Formula One race, which is that class, I try to go. And I really enjoy. I race one of the Senna's McLarens, the Marlboro.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a very close to my heart. And I'm looking forward to see how the new modern Formula One will perform. I think it's even in slot, it's coming with a new Formula One using the long can because as you can see, the Formula One that they have now uses the skinny motor. But they're coming with a big motor, so those cars will be like, it's going to be a big fight between those two. The NSR is a little lower, it's a little more performance, and the polycar is more real to the proper body. That's another conversation that I have with Carrera, because Carrera stopped making the Formula 1 cars, and they have the full licensing to do. They did a lot of Red Bulls. The Ferraris they have Ferraris from Alonso, Ferraris from Vettel, from Kimi Raikkonen. And that's one thing that I asked them last month, say, why are you guys not doing this? And they're still doing it for Carrera Go. And the reason is that they claim that Formula 1 is changing the body too much. So if they're gonna use they change the body, the mold 2 times.
Okay.
Remember that we have the car, like almost 3 times.
Yes.
But they've been keeping moving, changing the body, and then Carrera said, "Oh, that enough is enough. It's not worth for us to be making Formula 1."
Okay. Now that you push that button, Carrera, for example, in Mexico, is more for collectors.
Yes, just like
because
Fly.
of the details. Exactly, just like Fly. And they don't race. We don't race like Carrera. Well, I do, because my approach is like we can race whatever we want to race, because not only super speed cars, you can have a lot of fun with other cars, but in the most enthusiastic people, they like to race like in the top level. So for racing,
the way that you can do this is promote one class with Carrera cars.
Yes.
Like you can choose one of the class, like Can-Am or DTM. They're very rich on DTM. They have like 100 different models.
Are beautiful, and
they are the same.
Super detailed.
And they are the same. Like from 15 years, it's the same motor, it's the same inline thing, it's the same gear. The problem racing those cars is that at some point you're going to get frustrated because they have snap-on plastic wheels, and the tires are not very good.
There is one enthusiastic in the club. It's called Daniel. He liked to paint cars, and he liked to make some 3D parts.
Okay.
And he designed this. I don't know what is the part. The guide.
The guide. Okay.
The guide.
The guide's fine.
He designed a part to adapt the guy to the Carrera, and they drive better.
All due respect with Daniel, that's if you go to Germany, they race a lot of Carreras. The clubs have 124 scale and 132nd.
Yes, the 24.
And there are companies just like Frankenslot devoted to make Carrera cars race better.
Okay.
We have kits here for 124 scale that you can change the whole back end of the Carrera. You have suspension, you have like metal gears, proper aluminum wheels with set screws. Even the fronts, you can change, you put ball bearings in front. So they really devote themselves to develop parts to Carrera. Guides like Slot Evasion, Frankenslot, those we have for sale here too.
That's it, but the majority in Mexico racers, they like to take out the car and to do like minimal stuff.
Yeah.
So they say, well, why to buy a Carrera and to put a lot
of parts? If you get a slot, it's
exactly if we have this one.
Yeah.
So, but there are people
that
like the Carrera stuff, and they want. It doesn't matter. I want this car to race better.
No, but that's the thing. If you wanted to use the brand as a racing brand, if you put a class together and force people to do something, they're gonna do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you can limit. Like what I'm telling you is that there is no limit. Just like if you pick it up a fly car and pull a lot of NSR and slotted parts,
fly cars,
they might race.
We're recent. Now I was telling the story that Pista and Pisto and Ferreria, Marco, and they joined forces, and now
what's the name of Marcos and Gab and the other guy named that joined forces? It's the Arrow Slot, right? Arrow Slot.
Now it's Arrow Slot.
Okay.
Arrow Slot. And now Arrow Slot is twice the bigger because they fusion two tracks, polycar track.
Okay.
And it's really a beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And in polycar track, fly cars, they perform really well.
Oh, really?
You really well.
Okay.
Excellent. We doesn't like out of the box, and we race.
Is fly popular in Mexico too? Or?
Yes, because there is a lot of people that collects fly because of the beauty of the historical.
Some are racing.
Most popular from fly are the historicals.
Yeah, but all the fly cars are so historical. There's some from the 90s, from the early 2000s, but most of it's just like
the historicals, like really people like like
I don't know.
60s, 70 cars
Uh-huh.
because of Pedro
The-
Rodriguez
uh-huh.
and that kind of.
Pedro Rodriguez is the Mexican driver who died
Mexican driver.
he's riding in Germany, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And what's the name of the circuit? In Nuremberg.
Nuremberg.
I forgot the name. But that circuit's kind of creepy because it passes in the middle of the Zeppelin field where Hitler used to do the speeches. Like
Okay.
literally,
Yes.
the box, the pit garages are inside of Zeppelin field.
Mhm.
Noisy ring.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of creepy. There's a plaque talking about Pedro Rodriguez who died there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway.
Anyway, well, I was telling you about which other tracks are there nowadays. And the other, I remember I told you about Gustavo del Campo, that he was one
Yes.
of the
main
beginners,
guys,
one of the
yeah.
main guys. Gustavo del Campo was responsible. He is like Marco Santillan, my friend. He is like disciple. He is like
yeah.
from
the apprentice.
he is like from the school of Gustavo del Campo.
Okay.
And Gustavo del Campo, since he used to work, and well, he works like in real stuff, he apported to the slot car that the championships and all the races were like very, very with rules and with a lot of...
So he has some sort of association, put the rules together, and the clubs go with those rules, or no? Each club has their own rules?
each one.
Is there an association organizing the...
No.
No?
No.
Is there any national championships and stuff like that?
No.
Okay.
We want to go. We
All right.
we are making
Are you
the
guys
first
coming?
steps.
Are you guys coming here to race the slotted national
Yes,
next year?
of course.
Okay.
Yes, of course. I was when the last day when we came home. Like, we returned after visit you guys. I tell to the club, okay, we can be here.
They're nice. They're nice. They don't bite.
They don't buy. Yeah, exactly.
I see some of them driving. They're shitty drivers, so you can
So
come.
now it's my personal, my personal goal.
You can come here driving. Come on.
To have like a, I don't know, like a representation of racers to
Yeah.
come here. Why not?
That's gonna be very nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a special table for you guys to put your pit stuff in.
Great.
This year it was gonna be in August, the nationals with slotted. Mauricio is gonna be here again. I have Andreas from Hot Wheels working on a poster. We're gonna release soon. It's
Okay.
very nice.
What day of August?
Second weekend of August.
Second week. Okay,
I think it's
over
11, 12,
here.
and 13.
Okay.
Of course, you guys can come and visit the museum, which is something
Yes,
kind of special.
we can do the whole tour.
Okay, there you
Museum, race.
go. Yeah,
That's it. Yes,
very, very nice.
of course.
So right now we have this big track called Arrow Slot. Is Arrow Slot any relationship with Arrow Slot in Spain, the guy who used to make factory cars? Is the
No.
same? No?
No, it
It's
is
just
called
called
Arrow. It
arrows.
is called Arrow Slot because the track
looks like
the
an
track
arrow?
looks like an arrow. That's it. Well, I was telling Gustavo del Campo, he had a track in Satélite.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the biggest, and is wood. It's made of wood. He retired, but now there are two enthusiasts that
Okay.
take the
How
lead.
old is Gustavo now?
Oh, I don't really know. But since he is like teacher of Marco, I think like
Now
60.
I want to meet Gustavo.
Yes, of course, Gustavo, you're hearing me. You are invited here.
Yeah.
And now this track that was from Gustavo, but now has a new management, is managed by Ruben Torres and Ricardo Rodriguez.
Okay.
They are putting a great effort. So they began with this track that was in use, and now they made a rally track.
Okay.
And today, Sunday, they are making a bazaar. They are doing some stuff like people go. I can send and interchange.
And those are the guys in Satellite.
In Satellite.
And that's a wood track, the one that.
That's a
travels?
wood track.
Okay.
That's a wood track, and I think the rally, because the rally is really new.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Rally is only in
But-
Spain.
but I don't
Portugal makes a lot too.
I think the rally is Ninco. I'm not sure, but I think
Rally
that
is very, very popular in Spain.
yes.
In
And there
Portugal
is another.
too. Rally slot car racing. It's very popular.
Yes. There is another that is called Overspeed.
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 Okay.
It's
Sounds
in the
like
south. It's in the south of the city of Mexico City, because Mexico City is so big that Satellite is in the north and Overspeed is in the south.
So it's 2
But
hours.
for example, 2 hours lag with traffic. Yes.
I'm from Sao Paulo, so we're kind of similar.
Ah, okay. And Overspeed, he has like, I think he has the long one, the one that has the longest straight.
Is
and
that a wood track too?
It's a wood track. No. That's a Scalectric track.
4 lanes, 6 lanes?
8 lanes.
8 lanes Scalectrics. That's
I
a lot
have
of
pictures.
plastics.
I'm going to send you the pictures so you
yeah.
can share.
Yeah.
I have of every one of these
When
tracks.
this go on air, just go to our Instagram and you're gonna have the pictures in the same day.
Exactly. We have all the pictures, all the stuff, and it's run by Germán Sánchez, also a great friend. Overspeed is run by
So
Germán.
Overspeed satellite and not with arrow slot.
In Satellite, car racing slot.
Okay.
In Satellite,
which is in satellite. In what is arrow slot now?
our slot is in
Mexico City.
Mexico City also. Mexico City also.
So three great tracks to visit in Mexico.
Yeah, you need to visit when you come, because we are coming here for the nationals, but you are invited to go there, and we can make a special championship for racing, like internship.
Oh God, they want to beat us. They want to go. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
I don't know. They're racing. You get there. I don't know. That's a Mexican car you're racing. It's a trap. I know.
Okay, so I was telling you about Overspeed, that is run by Germán Sánchez and his wife Alma.
Okay.
They are really, really nice persons, because they also help you everywhere in Satellite. They also Ricardo and Super. They for example, for me, like a newbie, I was a newbie, a rookie, and everyone helps a lot.
Sure.
But
Yeah, I think I have the same thing here.
It's really, really...
Well, besides some people who are a little rude sometimes, and I overhear like, "Oh, I'm not coming back because that guy was rude with me." It happens.
It happens.
It's a hobby until you have a race, and then becomes competitive.
See.
Right? I think it's the same over there.
Yeah.
So you're from Mexico City, and you go for all the three clubs. You race in all those 3.
Yeah, mainly in arrow slot.
Which one is the most popular? Which one has the most racers?
I think Satellite one.
Yeah, and they have
Car racing slot.
You have like grid of 20 people or something, or more?
Like 20 people, I think.
20 more? Okay.
Yeah, because Satellite is like the one that has more backup.
Okay.
Because since it was the one that was run by
Carlos.
By Gustavo del Campo,
Gustavo.
He made like this school of really, really drivers, like professional drivers.
Okay.
So that's one. And there are people even that comes from the south.
Just 2 hours.
To 2 hours to race in the championships in Satellite.
And how many classes do they have in Satellite? 5 or 6? Okay, which one is the most popular? I'm gonna leave if you tell me Carrera.
No. I think that popular. I think let's slot it.
Group C.
Group C is very popular. Also sideways.
That's the race that we're gonna race here at the Nationals.
Okay.
So get your cars ready.
Great. Is also sideways.
Okay.
We race
Group 5.
Group 5 and GT.
The GT.
GT. For example, Lambos are really popular.
Oh yeah.
Lambos are really popular.
Racer Sideways is a great factory.
Yeah.
I met Chris Ioni.
Okay.
Yeah, and his father. It's a very nice group of people doing the racer.
Next time you are going to take the route, please invite us.
Invite us, yeah.
I would like.
Actually, it was a very short visit. Last year I was going to the Forest Lot in Madrid. So I always go. I land in Barcelona, so I have to go to Igualada, meet all the people, because Barcelona is pretty strong.
Yes.
SCX with their now family, and then I have one day free. I rented a car and just drove to France to meet him.
Okay.
And then I came back.
Great.
But it was great. It was great to meet, because that's a guy that I deal for over 3 years, and it's always good to shake hands and look face to face. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
next month we're releasing a special edition car with them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
that sounds great.
It's a Mercedes. No, it's a McLaren 720S. Dressed as a Marlboro, like a vintage Marlboro, with some Senna details on it. It's only 30 models we're doing, but next month we're gonna release that.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you about the race.
Don't worry. Don't
So
worry.
Group C, just bring your Group C cars. That's
Group
gonna be our
C.
next race.
Great. The other that is really popular is historicals from Slotted.
Okay.
And we race Slotted and NSR. Like they
Together?
run together. The historicals one.
What?
Yes.
So what kind of a tune can you do on the fly car to make it them?
No,
as
no,
fast
not
as-
the fly. The NSR,
Yeah.
the historicals one, like the
Yeah.
the for example, we race the Slotted GT40.
Oh, it's slotted and NSR.
It's
Yeah, you
slotted
told me
and-
fly, and I was like, oh, okay.
No, I told you.
It's
You
slotted?
can rewind because I was
Come
not,
back,
I'm
come
not
back.
lying.
So yeah, those are similar. Yeah,
They are similar. They're really popular.
But I think only if you can match the tires.
Yes,
Mm.
we use, well, it's different in every club, but we normally use the NSR tires.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
And no digital racing in Mexico.
yes,
Okay. Where?
there are a group of enthusiasts, and it's my personal friend. It's called Marco, and
Okay.
also
great name.
yes,
Great name.
and he's really a great guy.
Okay.
A
let's
great,
see.
great,
They're-
great
Most
guy.
of them
Yeah.
very great.
He's like the
I bet he's handsome too.
He is like the digital man. He's like and Emmanuel.
He's a digital man.
He's a digital man.
Fucking deal.
He used to have Marco
Uh-huh.
used to have a digital track also in
Okay.
Satellite.
Okay, but that was like a Carrera track or
No,
slotted?
Escalectric. Escalectric was
Digital.
like digital. The digital system. I don't know. Yes, the digital system. He used to have. I only know that because they told me, because I wasn't in the group in those times. I think it was like 5 years or more, or 8 years
Mhm.
ago, that he has this big track. He make a lot of he put a lot of effort
to bring
to that,
people.
but
That was
he got like a little bit like depressed because Escalectric changed the whole Escalectric
not only that, the Scalextrics ran out of those digital chips for almost 2 years.
Yes,
We didn't have that for sale for almost 2 years.
exactly.
So
But he
bad
put
timing.
He put a lot of effort, and now he has a friend, and that is also my friend. He introduced me with Marco, and he introduced me in the digital world, because I didn't told you the story. When I was in the pandemic and I returned to the hobby, I bought a Scalextric Advance truck. I own a
okay.
Scalextric Advance,
Digital one.
the digital one. So I have that is the one that I have in my house for personal use. So, but then I discovered that there was this enormous world, but
Universe around
the
it. yeah.
universe exactly. And I met this Emmanuel, and Emmanuel in near like 2 blocks from my house, he has a track like, I don't know, like 4 meters long,
Mhm.
digital track, was digital track. And it's 3 lines. It's 3 lines.
Three lines,
really
okay.
good. It's really good, but there are no more was stuff, so
Yeah.
it's really limited.
Yeah,
so
it's
we
hard.
run.
I'm to be honest, I'm not a big fan. I think if you have a setup at home and you have like kids, grandkids, nephews that want to come and race, or even friends,
Mhm.
you can do a digital track. But I would suggest put your money down to a 4-lane smaller one, a 4x8 or a 4x10, 4-lane one. We have small tracks like that at the Far Out Club, plastic ones. And you always have a lot of fun. I think it's more easy to do. The digital requires installation of chip. You don't have all the cars are not available. Some cars you cannot install. It gets more expensive. It's a lot of beeping, a lot of bleep, 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 blah, 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 lights flashing. I don't know when it's going to work. I think call me an old guy, but I think just putting the car, see the electricity going on and running your car. I think that's the main thing.
Marco Digital, because it's different from Marco Santillan. Marco Digital.
Yeah.
Marco, he's like really the guru of that. He is like making a group, so for digital enthusiasts, and he's managing to make a track, but with oxygen system. Oxygen and Scorpius and that kind of stuff because he want to jump ahead.
Yeah, I think slotted with oxygen is a little bit more powerful and more developed than that.
So he's really doing some investigation and trying to make a group so we can cooperate and to make that possible.
Sure.
So
where is he located?
He is in the south.
Oh, in south, close to over speed limit. No, what's
Souther.
What's the name of this the track down there? Overspeed? No.
Overspeed. Overspeed in the south.
Sounds like a felony.
Yeah. Overspeed is near, the Coyoacán? Have you heard of Coyoacán?
No.
Frida Kahlo house?
Yeah, Frida
It's very
Kahlo,
popular.
Okay.
Frida Kahlo's house is in Coyoacán. Coyoacán
Okay.
is like this neighborhood. It's very popular. Coyoacán is really popular. And near that is Overspeed.
Okay.
And Marco is more in the south, like
and he has like is Marco's track open to the public or is just like
no, he doesn't have now a track. He used to have one in Satellite, near to the one in Satellite.
He was doing the drive.
No, he lived. He used to live there, and now he moved. So he moved.
Okay, so we have a good map of. What about the countryside of Mexico?
In the countryside, I forgot to mention. That 1 year ago, we used to have a restaurant with a slot track that is called La Carpa.
La Carpa.
The tent in English. La Carpa. La Carpa Cochinita Pibil. Have you tried Cochinita Pibil?
No.
No? Oh my God. It's pork.
Okay.
But it's special.
PP or BB?
Pibil.
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 P-I-V-I-L.
Pibil.
Pibil. It's
What it is?
from Yucatan.
He lives in Argentina.
He lives in Argentina.
Okay.
Pibil. It's a dish from Mérida. From Mérida, Yucatan.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really, it's pork.
Okay.
But it's a really nice recipe. It's very popular. One of the dishes of Mérida.
What is the relation with slot cars, for God's sake?
The owner. Fernando Terán. Fernando Terán. He's the owner. He is a chef.
Okay.
So he put this cochinita. But he had years ago. He had this private club where he had an Inco track.
Okay.
But then when he put the restaurant, then after the normal steps, then he put the pista.
Okay.
So that was more like a pista for the customers.
Okay.
The children to play around, but in a very not formal.
Next thing you see, there's people coming with boxes and organizing races.
And we organize races. When he closed, normally the race days in La Carpa was on Monday, because Monday the restaurant was
closed.
Was closed. So the people, the enthusiasts from the club, they used to go.
It's a perfect setup because you can use the tables to put the cars.
And Fernando also has this package, and you can race day with cochinita. So you have the race, and then you have the cochinita, 3 tacos.
Okay.
3 tacos,
so the dinner was
beverage.
Dinner was served.
Dinner service, and it was a lot of fun, and also beers.
Well, a much more calm idea compared to the guy who wants to serve beers if it's slot cars.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But he moved, and now he closed that restaurant. He is now in a smaller one, and
they don't have the space for.
He don't have a space. He put like a lamp with the truck.
I saw that. I think I saw that. It's a good idea. I tried to put it here.
Yeah,
it's just like a track, but it's upside down with lamps.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Cool.
I think I saw that.
Fernando Taranes was. So as you see, there is a lot of enthusiasm.
Who is the biggest store where you get your stuff? Because now you're talking about clubs. Those clubs, they sell parts and cars or no?
The clubs manage to bring some stuff.
And do they sell to you as customer price, or they give you a discount?
Customer price.
Okay.
Price.
So not really clubs. They're making some money.
Yes.
Okay.
They're making some money, but
to assist to keep it open is fine.
To keep it open, and normally we can manage. For example, they managed to bring from Slot Mania in Spain. And Professor Motor, And there is another guy that I haven't told you, not in Mexico City. This is another part, Guadalajara. You know, Guadalajara.
Of course.
Okay, Guadalajara. He is Juan Alcocer.
Okay.
Juan Alcocer. He has a private club.
Okay.
Is wood, and like last year I went to Guadalajara, and was invited by him to watch. It's really, I think, one of the most of the
biggest
largest
tracks.
of the biggest one. But he's not only has the slot. He has a really large collection of vehicles.
Oh, nice.
But not only slot. It also has
the
real
real
ones. Yeah, he has like not a Porsche, but like they from Volkswagen Beetles. They managed to put a spider Porsche.
Like a boogie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He has a Barracuda.
Okay, the Plymouth Barracuda.
The Plymouth Barracuda from '65.
Very nice.
And a lot. He has also motorcycles. He's a really nice guy. Hi, Juano. We call him Juano.
Juano. Okay.
He's Juan. And Juan, he has. He normally brings for the club a lot of
Parts,
stuff,
and then they sell to
and
the
then
racers.
sell.
So it's easy to get parts over there, or sometimes you need something that nobody has and you have to wait for weeks to get something.
Normally the clubs, for
They're
some
very well.
Satellite, Arrow, Juano, they have normally stuff.
All right.
They try. See, normally tires, pinions, repuestos. Yes.
Very, very nice. I didn't know nothing about it. I want to come down to visit the Mexico City and go to those tracks, and now I know. I have all the information.
Be our guest.
And everybody who's watching, they know if they're going to stay in vacation in Mexico. There's a lot of slot car clubs going on there.
Yes,
Very
you can
nice.
manage to. If you come and visit.
Yeah, it sounds like a trap. I know that you guys want to be
Don't
beating me off
Don't worry.
on the track. Oh yeah, we race slot. It goes there. Like, you know that I went to Porto Alegre, which is my hometown, the town that I was living before I moved here, and they have this new club over there, and people kind of know because I used to race there, so they invited me over, right? Oh yeah, Marco, come over. So the race is supposed to start at 6. I got there at 5. They start the race at 5:15. Say why? Oh, everybody's here. Let's start it. I say I need to practice. No, let's start it. As soon as the race started, we raced one heat. The second heat, they turned the lights off. Poof. Lights on in the car. Look, I don't even know the track. Yeah, that was a trap. But I came in second.
Great. That's
See?
it.
There you go.
I see you are really competitive.
Yes, especially when they turn the lights off and you can see the track.
Okay.
So don't come with this trick. I will be there.
Okay.
Roberto, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your visit. Now we're in touch.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to receive you guys here for the Slot Nation in August. It's going to be one hell of a race. We're expecting 72 racers. Mauricio will be here, as I told you. There's a lot of people. There's people coming from Europe this year.
Okay.
I don't want to give more details, but we're gonna have a workshop, a very nice workshop on Friday. Yeah, and there's gonna be tours for the museum. It's gonna be a big month for us, and I'm looking forward to see you again.
Yes, of course.
All right, Roberto. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you very much to you. Thank you.